What is up, YouTube? It's your boy, Danger Dane here, back at it again with yet another video. This time, I'm going to be telling you guys about the time that I broke my ankle while playing basketball, but I decided that it was a very stupid decision, but I decided to continue to play basketball anyway with a broken ankle. But before I get started with this story time, why don't you go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe button, because if you don't, no joke, no scam, you will forget how to breathe. That's right. If you want to save your own life and remember how to breathe, go ahead and smash that like button. Hey man, I don't make the rules, I just follow them. But with that being said, let's get on with the video. So, the time of this video was when I was in middle school, I believe in 8th grade. And in 8th grade, I was 13, turning on to 14, because when this happened, it was about a week, maybe week and a half before my 14th birthday, which was also the worst birthday I've ever had. But that will be in the next video that I post. But anyway, like I'm at middle school and I'm in my gym class. And at my middle school, it's an open field for the gym. Like we're not inside, we're outside. It's sunny, pretty great day, but the blacktop isn't really made well. It really isn't. It's still kind of like dirty, still kind of rough. You can still see the gravel and there are cracks in it, so it's not the best. It's not the best place to play basketball, but it was pretty good. And so there are some courts around, and so me and some friends of mine, well, more of classmates that we just decided to play basketball together since we could. We decided that we wanted to play it. And I think we got into teams of 5. And so I'm on a team, right? And I'm dribbling. I have the basketball in my hand. I go to shoot. It misses. It bounces off of the backboard and it comes back into my hand. So now I am right underneath the hoop. Right underneath the hoop and right next to that big metal pole that you can barely move. I'm right next to that. And there's 2 guys right in front of me. So I can't do anything. One's like having his hand. They're both taller than me, by the way. Like I was pretty short during middle school. I think it was like 5'5", like maybe 5'4". So I was pretty short. But I went to try to go up there, but I was blocked. I didn't shoot yet, but I was still blocked because his hand was like right in my face. And so I'm just like, you know what? I just put one foot out. I put one foot out, but this was a big mistake. One dude just wraps his foot around me, like around that foot that I brought out, and then he takes his other one that isn't wrapped around me and stomps on my ankle. He just stomps on it, no remorse. And I trip and fall, and then when I try to get up, like again, I hit that ankle, that broken ankle, onto that metal pole since I was right next to it, just causing even more damage. So if it wasn't damaged before, now it was. And I'm screaming because it hurts. Like it really, really hurt. So that's happening. And then 2 people that I wasn't really best friends with, like they were some friends of mine, but not like really, really good friends. I just knew them. We were classmates, but we got along. So they came over along with the teacher and they asked, "Hey man, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine," because I thought I was, like for a few seconds. I thought I was fine. So I'm like, "You know what? Yeah, I'm fine." So I get up and I start to walk, but right when I put my foot down, it stings with pain and I just trip again. And I'm like, this really hurts. And then the guy that came along and like stomped on my ankle in the first place, him and like his team and a few other people, like girls included, like walk by me and go, "Hey man, that doesn't even hurt. I barely touched you. Man up." Yep, the guy who broke my ankle is telling me to man up. And so the teacher, she just looks at him and goes, "Dude, just leave him alone. You caused enough trouble. Go leave him alone. Go play your basketball. Go play your game." And she was pretty cool. She was like the only teacher that I actually liked in that grade, to be honest. So she picks me up and tells one of my friends to take me to the hospital, to take me over there. And so I go, they check up on me, and they wrap me around. To be honest, like the hospital there, the nurse there wasn't very good at her job. She really wasn't. So she just wraps some bandages around me and just says that's it. It's like, yep, go ahead. And it just tells me to go back to class. And if I feel any more pain, to just come back during lunch, which was actually right after that class. And so, naturally, because she told me to, and I had no part to complain, I limp back there pretty fast, though, because keep in mind, while I was short, I had some pretty bomb ass legs, and I still do. So I can walk pretty darn fast, even when limping. So I go there, and my friend right next to me like was actually recognizing this. Is, hey, for someone with a hurt ankle, you're going pretty fast. I'm like, yeah, I kind of am. And he goes, do you still want to play some basketball? Because we still have like 15 minutes left until the bell rings. And so we're like, you know what? Fine, I'll play. I'll play a little bit more. And so I do. So when we go back, I pick up the basketball, and they're still missing one person. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go back in. So I go in. I forgive the guy for stomping on my ankle. To this day, I still don't know if it was accidental or purposeful. But even if it was purposeful, it was like 6 years ago. So I completely forgive them, and I honestly haven't seen them since that year. So yeah, I forgive them, but I was still angry at them at the time. So it was a little difficult for me that, to start playing basketball again, simply because I didn't necessarily trust that person. So I continued to play. I got in, I went, hey, I want to continue playing. They're like, all right, that's fine. But my teammates were like, hey, are you sure you want to continue playing? Your ankle doesn't look that great. Because my foot was kind of bent to one side a little bit. It was slightly bent to the right a little bit, which isn't really what my foot does. And this was all my good foot. It was my right foot. It was my good foot. And so I go over, and I actually make like one, maybe two more shots to it, and I make it. Obviously, not like a slam dunk or a three-pointer, but more like a one-pointer pretty close by. But I wasn't really playing that much of it. I was putting pressure on it. I could still feel it, but I'm like, you know what? There's not much time left. I'm just going to go back over to the nurse once the bell rings. And I even tell the teacher this. And so the bell rings, grab my stuff, change out of my clothes, and I go back. And she says, oh, I'm surprised you're still back. Because, like I said, the nurse wasn't really that great in middle school. And I say, yeah, my ankle really, really hurts. Can you please call my dad? And so I do. And so, she does. She calls him. He comes pick me up. And I go home. And my dad, I definitely trust my dad a lot more when coming to nursing. Because he's just proven that he's better, even from the school. Like, I trust him more than the school. So he patches me up, puts ice on it, because we don't really have much at home, but we had enough, better than the school. And I just play some Call of Duty until the end of the day. However, I still get my homework, so I still have to do that. And I stayed home for about 2 days, about that amount of time. And when I got back, I had like kind of a cast around my ankle. Not a huge cast, not a thick cast, but it was good enough to the point where it would keep me together, and so I can continue to go on. I didn't have crutches. It wasn't like that. And I continued to go on about my year until my crappy birthday, which happened about a week prior to that. About a week after. I think that's what prior means. But yeah, that's about my video. Thank you all for listening. Make sure to keep in tune with my next videos. Turn on notifications so you can be notified for the next video and subscribe. Thank you and bye.